Hey guys, I'm
Dr. Shireen Idris,
previously a cosmetic dermatologist, now jack of all trades.
and this is how I work it.
Now during this crazy corona, who the heck knows time that we're living. As you can hear, my baby's crying. I'm basically a cook, a mom, a kindergarten teacher, a housekeeper, a wife, a daughter, a sister, and now I'm still trying to maintain some sense of self while staying a dermatologist and a doctor throughout this time where I cannot physically see patients in office. It's intense.
Good morning. It is 6:30 a.m. and I wake up 20 to 30 minutes before the kids do, so I can relish the silence before the circus of my day takes over.
I've now incorporated 2 baths for my daughter, so she has an activity in the morning. I put her and my 8-month-old in a bathtub so they can play with water, and at least that kills some time.
It is now 8:30 a.m. and given that I'm running out of activities for these kids, I've created a new morning activity called the indoor bath pool. I just keep lukewarm water because I don't want to dry out their skin, and I moisturize ASAP afterwards with this stuff. Amazing.
And then we get ready. My morning routine, my skincare routine has become kind of like a ritual for me.
So even though I don't go out, I still go through my morning skincare routine because it's a habit, B, it gives you something to do and kill time, but C, I want to come out of this looking like a butterfly. So I'm sticking to it. Off with vitamin C serum. This one's by Drunk Elephant. This is a cheaper option by L'Oreal. This is a great antioxidant that really helps fight any free radicals that are formed, which is basically damaging your skin.
I think now my skincare routine is actually better than what it was pre-quarantine because I'm actually taking the time a little bit throughout the day. Maybe I'll add a little bit of antioxidant, once throughout the day.
So I am using a vitamin C nowadays midday only because I have the time to care about my skin more so than I usually do.
And like much thicker moisturizers, like heavier moisturizers as well.
As I'm going about my day, I do use a sunscreen powder. Right now I'm using the one by Tarte, and the time I use it the most is on a plane. When you're sitting next to the window, it's really unobstructed sun. People don't think of it, but I reapply probably every hour on a plane.
You still need a sunblock because UVA penetrates window glass.
If you're indoors in a black hole, you have a free pass.
I am on a lot of screens and blue light from the phone and the computer screen and the TV.
Do we need a blue light blocking sunscreen? Absolutely, especially in quarantine mode when we are in front of our devices now more than ever.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm using antioxidants more throughout the day as well as a physical blocker. When it comes to blue light, and yeah, it's still a little controversial, I do believe that blue light does contribute to photoaging.
Because blue light increases the formation of free radicals, which then translates into premature aging, wrinkles, premature darkening of spots, uneven skin tone, and can even worsen melasma, which is a hormonal pigmentation.
And since you don't really care because you're not seeing that many people, you don't really care if it's so tacky on your face right now. As long as you're protecting your skin, that's the most important part.
Look for a physical blocker with zinc or titanium that is also fortified with iron oxide, and those are usually the tinted physical blockers.
I've been upping my game when it comes to retinoids right now.
Retinoids are an umbrella term. They basically encompass all vitamin A derivatives when it comes to skincare, and they are the crown jewel of your skincare routine because they are the only thing that have ever been proven to stimulate collagen production, so helping your skin get firmer over time while helping with fine lines, wrinkles, evening out your skin tone, making you look better as you age.
Because I was off it for so long with pregnancy and breastfeeding that my skin got used to not being on it. And so I was a little nervous getting back on it because I am very sensitive, especially here. I will flake when I use a retinoid. And so I've been upping my game now because even though I'm red or whatever, I don't care. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not going to be in front of patients flaking all over them. And to my surprise, I haven't been that flaky. So that's been a positive. My son goes down for a nap, thank God. I take my daughter downstairs, and then she is enrolled in a French school. We log on to Zoom. We sing, welcome songs to all of her classmates. We read books where we paint, we draw, whatever. I come from a family of physicians. So my dad is a pediatrician, and he basically stopped seeing patients that first week of March. Thank God. And my oldest sister is a pediatrician. She works with my dad. My middle sister I kept thinking of because she's on the front lines. She's an internal medicine physician in a hospital in Long Island. So obviously I was really hyper focused on her and trying to figure out ways to donate supplies to hospitals, not just hers, but just in general. My brain just started going, you know, high speed. I did a call to help on my Instagram.
Anybody else in the beauty service industry who owns a nail salon, who owns a beauty salon, who has a research lab that's not being used, a tattoo artist, anybody who owns a gym, if you have anything, sanitizing wipes, masks, gloves, anything that you're willing to donate, please let me know. Get in touch and I'm happy to help coordinate.
Gotten donations from Frederick Fekkai for gloves.
3,000 gloves. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Paintbox Nails is donating a crap ton of gloves.
Here we are, pulling up to the hospital.
And I think now we've donated 5,500 pairs of gloves so far to hospital setting. Masks are harder to come by.
My husband ordered these during the Ebola outbreak. I had forgotten that I had put them in a closet, so cleaning up, I just found them. So I will be donating these to my local hospital.
So trying to do my best, you know, being the small person that I am.
When I heard that Allure was tapping into its own network in a selfless way, not only to help healthcare workers on the front line, but also to raise public awareness, I was shouting from the rooftops, please sign me up, take me, take me, take me.
I am so excited to finally share. It's not a jockstrap, it's a face mask. Healthcare workers were indeed having a problem when they were wearing face masks all day, because when they wear them, it causes constant irritation. So they've come up with this design of a face mask with a little loophole right here that can attach to a headband. I'll show you guys, like this. And they asked me to be a part of this by coming up with the actual print. I thought, let's make it colorful and let's make it more whimsical and fun.
The process for me was pretty straightforward. I wanted to instill a sense of wonderment and dreams and endless possibilities, and that source of inspiration for me has always been the color light spectrum. Plus the chat bubbles I thought were cute because it's obviously a mask, but Pillow Talk Derm is also all about connections through a digital medium.
Swipe up right now because you guys can buy one. And when you buy one gets donated.
I've never been so proud to be part of the beauty community. I have been in awe of how we have stepped it up to help each other in this time of need. And I hope that we never forget this and we remain the beautiful family that we've shown the world to be.
12:30, our favorite time because it's
lunchtime.
finally. Did you order?
No, I forgot. Did you?
I did too. I was expecting you to order. I was gonna eat your lunch, so we'll see what's in the back.
This is our lunch.
We have donuts.
Like I feed my kids whatever leftovers we had that night before, or like something quick that I could easily whip up.
I've invested and I can't believe I'm excited about this, but I am a crock pot.
It's supposed to be beef with broccoli.
It's supposed, but I didn't have broccoli. I just used cauliflower. It doesn't smell amazing, but you know what? They're gonna eat it and they're gonna like it.
After I feed them, I put my daughter to sleep, you know, for her nap. I play with my son, I feed him.
So lunch is finally done, thank God. And now it's nap time. I love nap time.
I'm not doing a lot of tele-dermatology right now. Instead, I'm just calling my patients up, making sure they're doing well, first and foremost, like mentally, physically, and obviously if they have any derm questions, I'm happy to help them out on the fly.
Do not underestimate one word: stress. Stress is the biggest culprit for the breakouts that are going on right now with your skin.
With stress, your cortisol levels skyrocket.
When that, your oil production goes nuts and you get stress acne.
Other, you know, chronic skin disorders like psoriasis even has been linked to stress as well. And so people with like psoriasis, eczema, underlying autoimmune issues are flaring up. And so that's not to be overlooked because those people usually are under chronic management with a dermatologist anyway, and it's not just vanity. So all of that stuff is absolutely flaring. I don't know why I'm having the Sunday scaries, but I'm having them, and I bit all my nails all over again, which is a terrible habit from childhood, which I stopped for the past decade. Don't look at my nails. I hope you guys didn't catch those. But for the dry hands,
It's obviously circumstantial because of all the hand washing and the Purells and the harsh detergents that we're using.
thicker ointments. Vaseline is super cheap and super easy to get by. Use a lot of Vaseline. There is a brand, O'Keeffe's, and I keep these all by my nightstand. Working Hands is really nice and really thick. You see how that just comes out so easy. I actually have 3 because my hands have been really dry from all the cleaning. Night cream, day cream. This is the Aveeno Eczema, which I use on my kids, and I do adore this one. And then this guy is the serum, which is just, you know, very, very light and lightweight and hydrating. I luckily don't have any irritations, but if your hands are also irritated, like with eczema,
If you cannot get to a dermatologist or if you can't get your hands on a prescription at this time, I would tell you go to your local drugstore and get a over-the-counter steroid like cortisone 10. It can just help calm that irritation. And then I'll seal that in with Vaseline or one of the 3 things that I just talked about.
And then maybe for like 15 minutes before you go to sleep at night, I would wear kitchen gloves just to let it soak in and really absorb better.
Enough with the do-it-yourself obsession. What is up with the society that we live in where they're so obsessed with doing it yourself?
Do not buy the Botox on the black market. Do not buy filler on Amazon thinking you're gonna inject yourself.
I do my own Botox, but you should do your own Botox. No, stop messaging me, asking me where do I inject if I buy my own Botox, because I'm not gonna tell you. And stop doing do-it-yourself chemical peels, because I'm getting pictures of people with crazy burns.
I've had patients call me saying, would you just talk me through this? And I'm like, no. Number one, you don't know if it's a counterfeit product. And so that can be muy peligroso and very dangerous. Number two, is it sterile? Are you introducing some crap load of bacteria into your face that's gonna result in an abscess, an infection that might require a hospitalization? Number three, safety, which you as a layperson have not been trained to do. And then aesthetically, I have a hard time applying makeup on myself. I can't tell if it's too much or too little when I do it. So imagine injecting yourself. You lose sense of your own proportions. So there's so many reasons, but safety number one, and the only reason.
FYI, I got this message from a follower that I just thought I needed to address ASAP.
People are trying to remove their own moles, and they're basically saying like, why do I have to pay somebody to do this when I could do it myself and I don't have to spend anything, I just have to buy this kit? Are you insane? Forget the fact that what we just spoke of about can you give yourself an infection that might require IV antibiotics and a hospital setting. What if it was a cancerous lesion?
If you just snip it off and it is actually a skin cancer, it's like a plant with roots, and the cancer actually has all of these roots growing underneath the surface of your skin. So if you snip off the surface, it's still growing underneath and can really spread and cause damage. So if you have something that's bothering you, don't be foolish about it. Either call your dermatologist. A lot of people are doing teledermatology. Send them a picture.
And then I try to work out. I bought a Peloton this past January, and I was so against it, and I was like huffing and puffing. I hate this silly machine. And now I try to do it 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm so grateful that we have the Peloton because at least it's giving me some sense of movement. Otherwise, my average step count would be 120 a day.
And the day is finally over, and I am walking back home from work to see my baby before she goes to sleep.
Around 4 or 5 o'clock every day, I will go out for a walk because that's usually the time that I come home from work. So I try to leave my house the time that I usually come back home so I can have that act of walking back home at that time of day. And I'll take my daughter and my son and we'll go out, walk around. I try to make it educational even though I don't even know the names of the trees.
Mira, what kind of tree is that? Pink. It's a pink tree. 2 months in quarantine, and that is what I gotta show for it?
With obviously, you know, adhering to social distancing and wearing a mask and everything. Just personality wise, even if I'm ever sick or think I'm getting sick, I've always been somebody who's worn a mask when I got sick. I never want to give what I have to someone else that I'm treating. And so I've always been very hyper aware of how I feel around other people.
So I feel the need to apologize to all the Jade rollers out there because I've insulted every single one of you and all the gua shas out there because yes, they're useless. They're not gonna make you look like a fetus. However, if your face is smushed all day, they'll come in pretty handy in helping move that lymphatic fluid around.
I'm not against it. The Jade roller is nice, but am I gonna sit there for 6 minutes with a Jade roller rolling my face? No. I'll put a spoon in the fridge or in the freezer for 5 minutes, take it out, it's really cold, and just kind of massage it on my face to help depuff.
And then we come back, and when I come back, my husband then helps them with their bath at night and keeps them entertained while I try to, you know, whip dinner up in some way, shape, or form. So I never in my life thought people would come to me for recipes or how to cook something.
I have literally, I'm not tooting my own little horn, become a Michelin star chef.
This is what I've cooked, and I have to read it off a notepad on my computer because I had documented it, and I continue to do so because Lord knows this is a once in a lifetime. We've done a tour du monde, okay? Number 1, Lebanese lentils and rice. Oh, Moroccan chicken tagine. Chicken curry. We went to India and had chicken curry, followed by salade niçoise in south of France. And then we went to Texas and had a barbecue flying steak. I've taken to cooking because it's another way that we can actually like enjoy ourselves throughout this time and dream through food.
I think I just won quarantine
with this $20 torture from Amazon. And I've made my most prized creation to date. The Cipriani lemon meringue cake. I was like, what is this? Like the thing that you make crème brûlée with. He thought I lost my mind, but I'm like, if it can bring Cipriani to my house, why not? And so then we sit down for dinner all together as a family. We watch a little bit of a movie, we sing songs, we dance, and then I put him to sleep. Can you guys hear? I love New York. And then Pillow Talk. I am so grateful for my laziness pre-quarantine that my home office was naturally my bed. And so this has become my workspace every day after 8 p.m. where I connect with you guys on Pillow Talk Derm to answer all of your most pressing questions and at least just try to make it a place where we can all have fun together. This is now my office. It is 8 p.m. and I am going to be signing on to do a Pillow Talk Derm where I answer your beauty questions, but also I'm doing a special called Pillow Talk Derm Now One Night Stand where I interview people within the beauty and wellness space, try and understand what their experiences have been like and what their take on beauty and health and wellness and self-care is all about, especially during these times. So join me. I just showered. Yay for showering. Oh God, here's another hair. And as I was washing my hair, I was running my hands obviously through my hair and clumps and clumps and clumps of hair were falling out. And I figured, let me quickly talk about hair loss with you guys because what I'm experiencing is something called telogen effluvium, which is when your hair all of a sudden reaches the same hair stage and starts shedding rapidly. Stress can definitely take a toll not just on our skin but also on our hair, and I've been losing a lot of hair. If hairballs gross you out, swipe away. But this is how much came out. Like, what the F is this is like a toupee right here. Just fell out of my hair in the shower. Yeah, I had a baby, but my baby now is 8 months old, and usually that occurs 3 to 6 months postpartum on average when people lose hair after having a baby. But also after very stressful events, like weeks to months later. Things you can actually do to help yourself. So number one, calm down. And I'm doing this video to calm myself down, but also to let you know that if you're experiencing this, don't worry, your hair will grow back with time. So things you can do to help yourself is use Rogaine. When you apply it, you have to really apply it to your scalp. So kind of in between your hair, and then massage it in your scalp really well to make sure that it's getting in there. And that's how you apply Rogaine. Then I hang out with my husband. You know, that's where the second half glass of wine comes in. So for example, if this bothered me, I would tell him to do. Hold on, I'm doing a show and tell. Like, I'm gonna just watch your show. A little Kaibella. We started dating long distance. I was living in Boston, he was living in London, and then we even got married long distance. So we ended up doing Boston, New York for the good first year. If the relationship matters, the distance doesn't. So it is now midnight and the party is still going strong. I literally just finished the Pillow Talk and have been answering DMs for the past hour and a half. My thumb is basically gonna go fall off. However, I go to the bathroom, get my ass off the bed, and go wash my face because I wear sunscreen every day, and so I usually start with micellar water. I don't use it as much because I'm not using as much makeup, so I'll just use a cleanser at night for the most part right now, so that kind of has changed. I go to town and clean my face, and then if I'm exhausted like I am today, I'll use an exfoliating cleanser. Currently, I am trying this one by Huda Beauty because it smells lovely. It's not abrasive. It's not gonna cause micro tears in your skin. Once I'm done doing this, I turn on the water, who wants to waste water, and then I wash. Sleep schedule's actually gotten a little worse. I haven't conquered the sleep schedule yet. It's now 12:22 a.m. and I'm finally putting my head on this pillow and I'm about to pass out. Anyway, I love this pillow. Good night. Oh my God, he's pooping.
Perfect.
He just did a massive poop.